time you go, the darker and more messed up it's going to be, and then soften in time. That is sort of the general evolution. So they softened in time, and they took on a more human form and became more fairly harmless, if very annoying, pranksters. And the image of them as being 13 and being humanoid was very much cemented by this book by poet Jóhannes úr Kötlum. So they are 13, and they are said to arrive one by one on the 13 days leading up to Christmas. They arrive from their cave in the mountain towards human habitation, and their names reflect some of the kind of things they did. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're just it's been a long day and you're just falling asleep. Someone slams the door and you go, "Ugh." That's door slammer. He just loves to slam the door and give everyone a frightful shock. Or let's say you are cooking a meal in your kitchen and your kitchen faces the window outside, and you just cook. You look into the window and you see a troll staring at you through the window. That is a window peeper. That's kind of creepy. But yeah, so peeping through the window and stealing food and leftovers if you can. That's what they're usually doing. They're after food and leftovers, and they steal it, and their names reflect that. We have guys like Skyr Gobbler, Sausage Swiper, Meat Hook, who steals the smoked lamb using a special hook. We have, who else do we have? Pan licker and pot scraper, and so on and so forth.
Sniffers, isn't there one who
sorry?
sniff at the door?
Oh yeah, door sniffer, that's one of them. He loves the smell of a sort of wafer thin bread. That's called leaf bread or laufabrauð. Laufabrauð is very tasty, by the way. You can buy it in any grocery store, still traditionally cooked, sometimes in North Iceland. My aunt, for example, makes laufabrauð. Very tasty. And so is the smoked lamb, for that matter. So, you know, I get it. They have good taste. Well, I mean, peeping through a window is not in very good taste, that's true. But then somewhere along the way, they've been gradually softening through the ages. And then on the other hand, Icelanders get more cozy and familiar with the idea of Santa Claus. Hey Santa, but we have these. Flump, they merge. So, for all practical purposes, our Yule lads became our Santas. They took up all the customs of Santa, became friends of the kids, have the long white beard and everything, and are nowadays give presents, are nowadays depicted either in traditional Icelandic clothing or the more familiar red and white costume. But there's a lot of things that are strange about this. First of all, they are humanoid trolls, and they still have all their old names, and we try to make that sound cute. Oh, look at window peeper. I'm honestly not sure how cute that is. And then there's the fact that at best, you could argue that at best they are reformed child eaters that will eat your children. It is very bizarre. But you may be thinking, come on, Einar, that was years ago, you know. Let bygones be bygones, you know. Water under the bridge. What's a few eaten children between friends, eh? So even if we allow for that, I thought this cannot have been an easy change for these Yule lads. Going from eating kids to being friends of kids is quite a huge leap. So I always like to imagine that the Yule lads have some kind of like a therapy group to help them stay on the clear path, you know. Something like Reformed former Child Eaters Anonymous, where they all meet up. Hello, my name is Doorslammer, and well, I'm a reformed child eater. Hello, Doorslammer. It's been 11 months since I last ate a child. But often been sorely tempted, just all that juicy meat and that crispy bones. I said, no, I can't. I mustn't eat the kids. Hang in there, Doorslammer. We believe in you. You've got this. We've all been in your shoes. Breathe in, breathe out. Remember the 13 steps system. So they are friends of the kids today, despite the names and old habits. And just like this in America, for example, where you have the tradition of hanging up the stockings for Santa, the Icelandic variation on that is, in Iceland, a kid will put a shoe into the windowsill. maybe even for each of these Julas. So there's a big incentive to be nice in Iceland if you're a kid. You can technically get up to 13 little things from each of these Julas if you really behave. If you behaved. If you haven't, you might get a potato in the shoe, maybe even a moldy one. Which beats being eaten by a monster, yes. But still, this proved controversial enough that there were some arguments about this a few years back on social media. On Facebook, there was some saying, there had been a survey like how many got potato back in the day, and following that, someone was saying that we should stop this. We should stop this terrible custom of giving kids some potato in the shoe. We should stop this terrible custom of traumatizing these little children. When I read that, I of course wrote leave my child traumatizing traditions alone. Traumatizing little children is a time-honored tradition in Iceland, and that is one hill where I am ready to do battle. As you can hear, I'm very good with children, and I am available for children's parties and babysitting and such. But no, so I don't have kids myself, but I am actually a very I have several nephews and nieces, and I'm quite popular with them.
I'm sure.
But I'm going to take you now to the graveyard, Hole